out now, 8:39. Perfect. We had a strong winds yesterday. It was cold. A friend of mine went out fishing. It was blown out, dirty water. They still caught fish, and you can still catch fish in the dirty water. But today's backing down. Again, bluebird sky day wasn't supposed to be, but here we are. And we got to work through it. And we're figuring that part of it out, working through the high pressure blues. I write about it in the February article about how to manage the high pressure, how to get the response out of the fish. I think I'm dialing in on it. I'm just not 100% certain, but I'm getting better in the high pressure situations catching fish. So probably gonna have it today, but that's okay. I think they're gonna eat. 62-degree water temperature. It'll probably be 63, 64 on the flats, which will open up the window for topwater action. Despite the high pressure, you get a reaction out of them possibly, if nothing else is working. Got Mike and Michelle back there with us. They're going to go out with us for a little bit today. Middle of the week, not many boats out. Water's really low, still really low, which is fine. Potholes and bait have been key the last few days.
Yeah, you had a day a few days ago. You were in the fish, but it was a little bit higher pressure. It was a struggle to get them to bite. Huh? There was a lot of fish.
A lot of fish, a lot of big fish. We ended up only landing one 24-inch trout, despite there being hundreds of them. And then what I figured out was you had to put the bait in front of the fish where it would stay within reach of the fish for an extended period of time, which is very challenging in a 2 foot of water, 1 foot of water, with floating grass and all that component involved, and it was just super difficult. So I ended up throwing topwaters, and then we ended up having a 50 redfish day.
Yeah.
Hoping for a big trout. I missed 3 big trout on topwater, but they only struck once. If you didn't hook them, it wasn't gonna happen.
A scenario like that, you saw them as you were running. Like there was no doubt the fish were in there, but you got these conditions. You know they're there. Like there's your chance to try and figure out. Yeah, you know they're there. What's it going to take to make them eat? It's not one of those days where you think they're there, you feel good about it, but you're not positive, and you're wrestling with, should I go somewhere else or whatever. You know they're there. They're right there. You saw a bunch of them.
Oh.
What's it going to take to make them eat?
Yeah, and so and the other thing was I talked to one of our other pro staffers, Trevor Kusha, and he had his little scooter. He's got a tower on it, so he was cruising next to me. He called me. He said, "I'm gonna get behind you." As soon as he set up, he calls me. He says, "Wayne, there's some big trout all over the place, and we're having a hard time getting them and eating." I'm like, "Well, welcome to the club," because we've been struggling with these guys for like 2 hours now. And he ended up getting a couple to eat because he could see them and put the lure this far from their nose. And then finally he got 4 to eat after throwing at probably 40.
Yeah. And then somebody just popped up behind us. We got Brian Dieter with us today.
Special guest star.
Special guest, man.
Y'all know we acquired Naughty Hookers last March, February. Anyway, Brian, for those of y'all don't know, Brian's the genius behind the design and building that company up. He just came in, he fished Rockport yesterday, and now he's down here with us today.
So hopefully we can show Brian a good time.
That'd be great.
He's due a good time, actually, because we give him a hard time. But all right, we're going to make a run. We got a good run ahead of us, so buckle down and go. All right, so we got to our first spot. Of course, everybody bails off the boat, does their own thing. But, you know, we can see these fish in here when we're running. Some nice trout, some nice redfish. We're kind of in the middle of a minor and a major. Coming off the major, we should be entering into a minor a little bit when that moon up there gets closer to the horizon. The water's still cold at 60 degrees. I thought it was going to be a little bit warmer. So what we're having to do, again, the little darter here, this little suspended bait, we have to have this bait just sit in front of the fish as long as possible, and they're just going to grab it like that. We might get a little bit more aggressive bite whenever the moon gets lower, but we don't have a lot of cloud cover. Water's 60 degrees, like I said. So when the water temperature gets up to 63, 64, and especially if we have a little bit more cloud cover coming in, I'm going to start throwing top water. Because the other day, we ended strong with the top water when the water temperature warmed up. But these fish are just up here sunning, and the pressure's a little bit high, but I think we're going to be able to get them to eat. And then I want to talk about how I land a big trout, if we're fortunate enough to get a big trout, and when the most opportunity for that big trout to come off is going to occur when you're fighting it. And we'll hopefully be able to discuss that in a little bit. But the bait's still here. You can see it flickering out there a little bit. Working these potholes. Fish are warming in the potholes, and that's what we're concentrating on. Every cast in a pothole, if you can see one. And again, a little suspending bait like this right here. If they see it, they're going to get it if it just stays in front of them long enough. That's our strategy. And wish us luck. Third cast with the top water. Nice blow up. So generally when people lose a big trout, this isn't a big trout, but we're going to say that it is. It's going to be a nice trout. They usually lose it right out the gate, the first 5-6 seconds of the hookup. Generally in the middle, when you're bringing it in like I'm bringing it in right now, not going to lose it. Generally, it could happen anytime, but most of the people lose the fish right out the gate. The fish jumps up out of the water, shakes its head, blowing up all over the place. That's when you're pulling your rod too tight, lifting the rod tip too high, doing all these different things. You got to remain super, super, super calm. This is a big trout. So I think he's got the hook pretty good. So right now I'm taking my time. And I'm just letting the fish do its thing. Got my drag set just about right. Not getting overly excited, because this is where it all messes up, right here, when the angler tries to get the fish before the fish is ready. That's a nice little splash in the face. So right here the fish is hooked. I'm taking my time. I'm not getting excited. I'm going to just let that fish keep her head down. I'm going to wait till the fish is ready, not when I'm ready. I'm not going to jump in there. Fish is ready. That's a nice trout though. And this is the end result right here. Big old South Texas trout right there. Might even tag this one here. It's going to be a tagger. But I was just working that top water real slow. And as that fish is coming by, now we're fortunate enough here in Mansfield, Lower Laguna Madre, to be able to see how the fish is hooked. I felt pretty good about it. This treble hook right here is in there real good. Now the lure is not inside the fish's mouth, but I could tell that hook was good. And then this other hook on the outside when that top water spun around and got the fish hooked. So when you're fighting big fish, you get a big fish on, they're either going to come off way on out there when it first happens, or right here where you're landing the fish. That's where the problems happen. People try to horse the fish in when they're ready, the fish isn't ready. Keep that in mind. See, that's pretty good hook right there. And then I had this little extra stuff going on here with it. Fish didn't hurt, everybody's happy. Just a really nice trout. Lively too. It's a great fish right there. And hit that Mansfield knocker. 2 little twitches, working it real slow. Hit it. I felt up that I had the fish on. Set the hook. Tag this fish. We're going to tag that fish. Nice trout. My buddy old Dr. Greg over there, those guys. The Heart Research Institute does a good job, what they do over there. Yep, exactly, 25 inches. 12.086. Get this right down here between the dorsal fins. Scrape away some scale so you don't have a problem. Come on, fish. Get that. Yep. Twist it so that it gets hung up on that dorsal fin. All right there. Adios. Good. Nice trout. Top water. Taking my time way out there because this is usually whenever you're going to lose them, way out there or right when you're netting them or boat gripping them. Ooh, I feel he's in grass. That's not good. Like 4 or 5 twitches, twitch, 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 twitch. Boom, they're just sucking it in. The water temperature was 60 when we got here, and I have a feeling it's probably going to be about 62, 63, and I like starting at 63-degree water temperature. We got mixed clouds coming in, kind of lowering that pressure, which is a good thing. I can't see the potholes, but since I'm throwing a top water, I'm just chunking it out there. Yeah, I think it's a pretty nice trout. Got a lot of grass piled up on my line, which is a problem because it'll pull the hook. So I'm taking my time. When you're fishing with a good rod, reel, braided line, you can feel every little thing that fish is doing out there in front of you. You can feel when he runs into some grass. You can feel when the hook's slipping too, which is pretty darn scary. I think this is a better fish, or it's kind of hooked on the side, I bet. Oh yeah, another nice one. I don't think he might not be as nice as that other one, but yep, just like I said, he's hooked in the side. Look at this. This is why he felt a lot bigger than he is. I'm pulling him sideways through the water. See that hook, how it's got him going sideways? Again, another 25 plus. Just breathe, bottom in. Look at this. So here's something funny. The last fish, as you're going to remember seeing on the video, hooked identical. This is exactly how that other fish was hooked. Hooked right here on the side on the bottom hook, and hooked right down here inside. So they're not 100% eating it. It's more of a half eat, half swipe situation, and that's why they're hooked up that way. And but again, another nice South Texas trout right there. Lower Laguna Madre. Hit that knocker too. Couldn't stand it. Beautiful fish. Go ahead and tag this one for Dr. Greg. A little heavier than the last one. Oh, all right. $25.25. Come right down in here, pull some of this back. We're gonna get this barb hung on one of these dorsal fins in here. Perfect. Got him. Came back for it. He's running at me. Thought I lost that fish. It's not the same fish. I think it's a pretty nice fish, but not like those other ones. The first one that blew up on that sucker was a nice fish. It's the way he's fighting. Kind of tell how he, now look at this. Same kind of hook. No, this one got the front hook. The other thing about fishing with treble hooks, you better have a pair of boga grips, that's for dang sure. This is it gets tricky. Oh, now we're busy. That first fish was a trout, and a big one at that. There we go, right there. They're not eating it yet, but I bet you by the end of the day, they're gonna start eating it. Wish I had that first one, boy. Whew. So any little piece of bait that I'm seeing out there, I'm throwing to, and when a bird flies over, I can see the line of bait fish underneath it. No matter where I'm waiting, I'll start going that way if I see a particular line that the bird is spooking those fish, the bait fish. And those big old trout are just hanging with those mullet. Mullet are kind of dumb for doing so, because at any moment they could be eaten. But nonetheless, that's what they do. The mullet jumped out of a pothole, and I told Jimmy, I said, I'm gonna go see what's in that pothole. Jimmy said it's a big trout, but it's a rat red. The other day I was in here, I was bringing in a rat red like this, a big old 7-pound trout, trying to get my lure out of his mouth. Easy enough. It's a red, foul hooked. But all these fish, I don't know if you, man, they're all hooking the same. Look at this. This is those trout we caught earlier, identical. Identical, look at that. Back hook in the mouth, front hook on the side of the body. So they've been hitting all day. I don't know what that means, other than they're sniffing it, turning, getting one there and one on the side. That's what's happening. Doing the pothole like 3 times. Gave up on it. Let it rest, actually. Threw back in there like the 4th or 5th time, and that trout came out of that pothole and got it. Another nice one. It's a good one. Knocker's getting it done. That one's fat though. That one's got a belly on her. Sorry, Dr. Greg, boat's too far away.
Yeah, Larry. A little double up.
Oh, this is a trout. Is it a good one? Yeah. Real good one? Yeah, really. That's a good one. Yeah.
Fat one, right? It's a fat one.
So you know how to do it, right? You go in right between these two, and you're going to twist it when you get it in there. And that little barb is going to hook on that one.
On the second one.
Or any one, for that matter.
Yeah. Ooh.
Hold on, don't let her go. Not too late.
It's hot.
I'll get my phone. Yeah.
Ah! Yeah, he just got me.
Hold on. You move your finger accordingly, okay? Okay, hold on.
Okay, let me have the. Let
Okay.
me have this.
Well, hold on. Everybody calm down. Okay, so we got a situation here. Jordy's got a hook in his thumb. Let's take a look. Hold on, Jordy. Okay, so what we're gonna have to do, you're gonna have to do it. I mean, I've done it 100 times all myself. What we're gonna have to do is grab, I'm not gonna do it.
You're just gonna grab it.
We're gonna go right here, look, and this.
No, I'm not doing that by myself.
Then I'll do it. You just need to look away.
Are you gonna do it fast?
I'm gonna go as fast as I can get it done. It's all gonna be painful. This isn't no holiday, bud. Okay. All right. I've done it to I've had the same happen. And what I did with the pliers, I just grab it like this. Do you want to go to the boat? Whew. It'll be fine once we get it out.
I don't know, man. Here.
There's no other. What are other options?
I'm just kidding. I guess you want to just do it?
Yeah, I'll do it. You want to go to the boat and sit down? Come on, because I don't want you to fall over in the water.
Oh, man.
It's not that big a deal.
No, I know.
Just don't get that other one anymore. There you go.
How you feeling?
Just do it. Ah! Ooh! Woo! Mother.
You want to?
That was not good.
I know, Jody. You said it already poked through a little bit?
Yeah.
If you can poke it through there, we cut the barb off coming right out.
Here. Get it.
Got it. Well. Right there. Right there. Okay. It's right there.
Go down a little bit more.
I don't want to hit your skin.
Yeah, you're good right there.
You feeling it?
Just go. Oh, is it gonna go through?
Hold on. Get that cleaned off. Here, do it with his pliers.
Is the barb off?
Yeah, the barb is off. It's gonna take a little bit to do it, but you can do it. Whew. Ice and here. Stand by.
God! Hi!
All right, so we're winding it down here this afternoon. We just got in. Pretty eventful day. Had a lot of moving parts out there today. Little injury, big fish.
If the video's a little shaky, it's because our camera guy had a
Hey,
hook embedded in his hand.
note to self: don't let the camera guy grab a rod and reel. You have trouble. Shut down operations for. But anyway, we had a great day. We had some really nice trout. We were able to tag 3, caught 4 over 25 inches, up to 8 pounds. Trevor came in with us, did a little socializing and tossing the top waters out there, and stuck an 8. It's kind of funny. He goes, "Hey, you want me to give you a ride back to your boat?" I was walking back to him. I go, "Nah, just go ahead and fish." And third cast, he catches an 8-pounder. So had he given me a ride, it never would have happened. But I'm still open for rides in the future. Capitalized on the minor. The minor happened. The fish were active. We were all over that. It worked out just perfectly. Fish were there. We knew they were there. Bait was active. In the afternoon, it just tapered the whole time.
Yeah, when it felt like conditions were getting better, everything kind of died down though. We were on the backside of that minor, and just for whatever reason, everything went down.
But great day. I mean, just we couldn't have played it better with our game plan executed. Not a lot of soft plastic stuff. Mostly it was tops, and then like the little suspended baits. Like this guy right here. That little guy. That was pretty good today. The camera guy knows it was good because he put a red on it. It ended up in his hand. I guess what else, Larry?
Never hot and heavy, but just some good fish caught, and missed some good fish too.
Missed some good fish too. Broke a hook off on one fish. know what it was. Working those potholes where that mullet jumped, oh man, fish were nearby, gankfish were nearby. We worked that over really well. But another great day. I'm super stoked about it. We're going to hit it again tomorrow. Winds are going to be different, but I think the fish are going to hold, so we're going to go back and look at that area again.
Some of those fish that were caught today, it's worth going back the next day.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you catch a 28 incher that's 8 pounds. That's what it was.
And the way it hit that top water.
Everybody heard it within a square mile. That was cool. Until next time.